The 2022 NBA Draft is rapidly approaching. The lottery order has been set and the excitement is starting to build. Each season, fans and organizations fantasize over players they hope to acquire on draft night. Players to kickstart struggling teams, players to complement young rosters, or players that could be the final piece to the puzzle in the future. With that being said, it's not as easy in the moment to draft the right guy for your franchise as it is in hindsight. But after countless hours of searching the web, hundreds of mock drafts throughout the college season, player draft analysis for almost every prospect, I have found 3 players who perfectly fit with 3 NBA franchises. If these teams don't draft them, they'll regret it more than the Timberwolves after drafting 2 point guards ahead of Steph Curry. So with that being said, let's find out the 3 NBA players this draft that perfectly slot into an NBA team. The Washington Wizards are stuck. You just finished 12th in the East, Bradley Beal is in his prime, but you don't have much talent around him, and you just landed the 10th overall pick in this draft. If we look at the roster, they have decent wing depth in Rui, Kuzma, Kispert, etc. You have some young talented bigs in Gafford and Thomas Bryant, so that leaves the guard positions, specifically the point guard one, open. And one thing mama taught me when I was young was to not let Kentucky guards drop too low, so at 10th overall, TyTy Washington is a perfect fit for Washington. TyTy at 6'3" is a smooth guard with a smooth stroke and is very good in the pick and roll. Perfect for the NBA and its spacing. He's a bit of a wildcard prospect on most mock drafts. Some I see have him at 7 and others he doesn't even crack until about 20. The concern with him is he isn't very explosive or athletic and isn't the greatest defender, and he had a subpar March Madness showing, being knocked out by 16th seed St. Peter's and going 2 for 10 and 5 points. I think this is all okay for the value of what you can get at 10th overall if you're Washington with such a good fit. You'll come to see a lot of these players have what can be perceived as significant weaknesses. It's all how you look at it. TyTy will thrive in an offense with shooters, which Washington has, and rolling bigs like Gafford and Thomas Bryant. His college numbers don't jump out at you, but when judging these prospects, numbers and shooting splits are much less important than you would think. TyTy fills a need for Washington, and he is an extremely skilled player as well. I believe he'd be a perfect fit for Washington, and if he falls out of the lottery, I think he would be incredible value for any franchise and possibly the steal of this 2022 NBA draft. .6'5" Wisconsin guard Johnny Davis is explosive and is a mid-range deadeye, with an NBA-ready frame suited for defense and taking contact at the rim. Projecting to be a solid 3-point shooter as well in his NBA career, Davis looks like an ideal fit for the New Orleans Pelicans at number 8. The Pelicans took a massive step forward this season, taking the Suns to 6 games in the Western Conference first round. New Orleans has built a defensive identity with athletic players who can get out in transition, which fits Davis perfectly. Whether off the bench or in a starting role with CJ McCollum, in the backcourt, Davis could be the missing piece that takes the Pels to the next level. Davis only shot 31% from 3 this season and isn't the greatest playmaker, but with the Pelicans he wouldn't be asked to handle the ball all the time. His 3-point shot as well looks to be something that can improve due to his solid mechanics and his high free throw percentage at 79%. Overall, Davis fills exactly what the Pelicans need, which is a versatile young guard at 20 years young who can play defense and has potential to score in bunches. Davis, at the very least, looks to be a fantastic role player for any franchise who lands him, and the Pelicans would be a perfect fit for him this 2022 NBA draft. The top of this 2022 NBA draft looks very interesting to me. Most of the teams are really bad, but are also stacked with tons of young talent who just aren't good enough to solidify their team's starting position for them to not take a gamble on somebody in that same position. The Orlando Magic are one of those teams. The supposed top 3 best prospects in the draft, Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Banchero, are all bigs, but the Magic are loaded with bigs, like Wendell Carter, Mo Bamba, Mo Wagner, and Jonathan Isaac, wherever the heck he is. But their bigs are not transcendent talents. Although I believe Paolobanchero is the best player in this draft, Jabari Smith Jr. is clearly the best fit for Orlando at number 1. Jabari, coming out of Auburn, is 6'10 and can shoot the lights out at 44% on 7 attempts a game with a silky smooth high release. He also looks to be a fantastic defender who has the potential to be switchable on guards as well. He can handle the ball a little and has a really smooth one dribble pull up, which is his go-to move. The downside is he can be a bit one-dimensional offensively with his shooting, and his finishing around the rim can be something that can be fixed with time in the lab. For Orlando, he will slot right in at the 4 and could be a dangerous front court combo with Wendell Carter Jr. and or Mo Bamba. With other defenders like Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs on the team, the Orlando Magic could be a real tough team to beat defensively for years to come. If you're the Orlando Magic, you want to draft for talent and for fit the best you can, and Jabari Smith is both fit and talent. Hopefully he can propel the Magic back into the playoffs in the near future. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay rested. See you in the next one.